Welcome to Edit 3318. This is your first web conference. On the right of the screen, you see a short URL, a bit.ly. If you would go ahead and type that in, that will get you into this presentation so you have the information. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that so that you can bring the presentation up. I want to welcome you to our Edit class for Maymester. You should see your section and your instructor on the screen. And we'll all be teaching the same course but in different sections, so feel free to contact your instructor for any questions that you may have. One of the very first things that you need to do for this course is to create a Google account or a Gmail account. You can do that at accounts.google.com. If you need help, you can also click on this Google support link. Very first for this course, we want to go ahead and do just a little walkthrough of the course in Blackboard. So I'm going to go to the home page of one of my courses. Yours will look a little different as you'll have your instructor's information down below. When you get into the course, on the left side, one of the first things you'll see is announcements. So when you go into announcements, this is where you will see the announcements for the class. This is also where we will post any of the web conferences. We'll post them there. We'll post the links there so that you can get to them. Okay, you'll also, on the left side, you'll see the syllabus. So if you click on the syllabus, it's running just a little bit slow, but as you come into the syllabus, you'll see the order of the course for the semester. So the very first thing you'll see in your instructors' names there. You'll see the course purpose. You do have an A&E lesson in this course. You'll see the student learning outcomes along with the assessments for each one. There is no textbook for this class. However, we do use several different pieces of software. All of those you should have, or we will provide them. Down below, this is the assessment plan or the schedule of all of the assignments that are due in the course. And you can see each with their score beside them for a total of 170 points. Then down below are all of the tech specifics of the course policies. Late assignments, be sure that you know that. Late assignments will be assessed a 5% penalty off the earned grade. You will have one additional day from the due date to submit the assignment. After that time, the assignment will no longer be accepted. So be sure you note that for this course. There are no redo or extra credit assignments with this course. All right, so back up at the top, let's go ahead and click on the schedule. So the schedule will give you everything that is due in the course and the days on which it is due. This is a Maymester class, so it's pretty fast-paced. So be sure that you are watching the course schedule and are aware of when each of the assignments are due. This very first module, you've got a quiz in it, you've got a different copyright quiz, you have a pre-survey to complete, and then you have the assignment, which is an e-newsletter. And it shows you that this one is due on Thursday, May 17th. Okay, so just a couple of days for each one. So as you go on down each module, you'll see when each one is due and what is involved in the assignment. Note Module 5. In Module 5, this is when your A&E lesson plan is due. We'll have a separate video on the lesson plan following or to come at another time. And then if you keep going on down to Module 8, then you'll see that the Technology A&E video upload is due on May 31st. Okay, then we'll go ahead and we'll go into the modules, and you'll see that the modules are listed. Just a second, it's getting there. And they are set to open. 3 modules will open at a time. You'll see the first 3, and then the next 3, and then the last 3. So the first 3 will open on the 15th, then the 19th, and then the 25th for the last 3. We're going to go into, or before we go into Module 1, let's take a look just real quick at assessment or assignments. If you go into assignments, this is also another place where you can access turning in your assignments for each one of the modules. They're all listed here as well. And let's go back into the modules. Trying real hard. Okay, let's go into Module 1. And in Module 1, you will see this is the overview of educational technology. You've got an introduction from your instructor. You've got the objectives of the course. Notice this is still loading. You actually, there you go, we'll have a presentation here that you'll need to read through. You've got some chapters and some documents here as well. If you scroll on down, you've got another presentation here to look at. There's some more optional reading here as well. You'll want to make sure that you do the equipment survey, the edit technology pre-survey, and then quiz number 1 is actually located at the bottom here. There is quiz number 1, but then you also have in here, you have a copyright quiz, and this is the link for that. So be sure that you do that. On quiz number 1, there's 10 questions. That one is timed, and you can only take that one time. That is off of the readings in Chapter 1, those copyright documents, as well as those 2 presentations. So do that. Also, Assignment 1 is an e-newsletter for parents. It is on a topic of your choice: digital citizenship, internet safety, cyberbullying, or sexting. You choose one of the topics, and you're going to create a newsletter using either a S'more, a Sway, or a Google Slides. That's up to you. Here are the items from the rubric that you should have. You should have a title segment, 6 or more images, 2 or more videos, and then this should be in your content. And the way this course works, we put everything in the rubric, and if you go to the exemplary column of the rubric, we'll look at that in just a second, then you will find every single item that we will be looking for bulleted. And if you go through and check that off as you complete it, then you should have no problem getting the grade that you would wish to have out of it. Okay, so we do have a couple of newsletter samples, and then we do have the rubric. Let me pop over back here for just a second, make sure kind of where we are. So here's our e-newsletter. You have an equipment survey, you have the copyright quiz, and then we're talking about the e-newsletter. Okay. Some points in Module 1. As far as, just to reiterate some of the statements that are made in the module, as far as copyrighted work, you can only use 10% of copyrighted work. And an example is that if a song is 3 minutes long, you can only use 18 seconds of the song. Okay, so you can see down here below how that is figured. Netflix, you're actually not able to show in your classroom because that's a personal subscription. Rented videos, also you cannot show. Those are rented for personal use. When you're in Google searching, search under the Tools section for copyright or free to use material. All right, let's take another look at the e-newsletter. You have several choices of the newsletter type: a S'more, a Sway, or a Google Slides, and all of those have how-tos in the module. You're to select one of those. The e-newsletter must include a title, name, and class information, 6 or more images, 2 or more videos, specific content listed in the assignment, and then be sure that you have your copyright cited at the end. So here is the rubric. Let me show you what it looks like. So all of our rubrics look similar to this one. You'll notice you'll want to look on the exemplary side of the rubric. Here, this information is worth 1 point. You've got visual effects worth another point. Your formatting and writing mechanics are each worth a point. Then having 6 or more images and 2 or more video clips are worth 2 points. You lose a half a point if you have only 5 videos or 5 images and only 1 video, and so on. Also, the content at the bottom is 4 points, and you lose points for not having all of these specific pieces. So look at this like a checklist and go through and specifically label each one of those sections, as in facts, examples, consequences, preventions, actions, and then have your copyright cited at the bottom. Be sure you look at these 2 examples. They're very specific in how they're labeled. Okay, we put them in as examples for a reason, so that you would have those to look at. As we are starting the course, you will have a short 15 to 20 minute video lesson that will be due at the end of Maymester. So you need to be thinking of a lesson idea for your lesson plan and the video that you will create. This is what we call the A&E video in this course, and you will get, like we said previously, more information on that to come. Thanks for watching our video. We are actually not going to take attendance on this one, but feel free to email your instructor with any questions at all on the first module or anything starting the course.